Hey guys, Carl Trace MEDIACO here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Sony 24-105 F4 G OSS zoom lens. I think I got all that in that sentence. I've had this lens since it first came out about 5 years ago. It's been probably the one lens that I know for sure it will always go in my bag. And you might be asking yourself, why would you choose an F4 lens to be doing a plethora of your work with? And we'll get into that. But first, let's talk about why I think this lens is so great. All right, number one, the focal range. In my eyes, the 24-105 covers all the important focal lengths. From wide angle to short telephoto, in my personal preference, means I only have to pack one lens with me for probably 90% of my work. All right, number two, the constant F4 aperture. Being able to shoot at F4 across the entire focal range means I don't have to adjust my lighting or make drastic changes when I'm on the move. And number three, Optical SteadyShot, or O.S.S. as Sony calls it. The Optical SteadyShot feature on this lens means I get one extra stop of stabilization when I'm using it on the A7S III or any of the other Sony bodies that have image stabilization in the body. And number four, the minimum focusing distance. At 1.25 feet means I can get really close to my subject, still being able to keep it in focus. And number five, the autofocus, which is super fast and honestly one of the quietest I've ever used. And number six, it's lightweight. It just packs super easy into a day bag or backpack when I'm on the move. Now let's talk about a few of the negatives because I can't have just positive things to say about this lens. Just as it's a positive that it's an F4 aperture, it's also a negative. There have been numerous times I have wished I had had a little bit more light using this thing at F4. Having this lens in a f2.8 is like the dream lens, but I don't think Sony would sell any of their other lenses, so that's just kind of bad business, so it'll probably never happen. But here's to wishing for a 24-105 f2.8. That'd be pretty awesome. Let's do like the 28-70 Canon f2. Let's go with a 24-105 f2 lens. That would be sick. All right, and number two on the negative side of things, at F4, this lens is a little soft, and I don't find this lens to become really sharp until about f7.1, which is where I end up usually shooting this thing at if light allows that to happen. And number three, at 24 millimeters, you'll see a little bit of vignetting. It's not bad, it's not super noticeable, but it's there. And it's something that it does irritate me, you know, when I'm shooting something like on a gimbal, or if I'm doing something handheld and I'm shooting at 24, which is rare, but it does happen. It's a little bit of a vignette at the corners, and it takes a lot to get, you know, you have to crop in a little bit or something to get rid of it, so that is a negative in my eyes. And number four on my negatives list, it'd have to be at 105, I'm always wanting just a little bit more reach. And at that point, I usually am wishing that this is a 70-200, but if I had a 70-200 and I'm shooting, I'm sure that at 200, I'd probably want a 100-400. So that just always comes down to not having that extra range. Pretty much, we kind of always want what we don't have. I'll probably always have this lens in my bag as it gives you a ton of versatility and does a great job for the price. If you get a new one, they range from about $1,200. And if you're not afraid of buying used, I've seen them go for as low as $750 in the past, which is honestly a steal for this lens. So with all that said, hopefully you guys got something out of this. And if you guys have any questions, please leave me a comment down below and I'd be sure to answer them. Make sure you hit that little like button if you'd like to, and subscribe if you haven't. Totally up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.